Can we talk about the nonsense that hit the docket yesterday? It's not just that Mike Gottlieb asked for the scheduling order to be changed up after throwing the baby fit that he threw when Wayfair asked for it. It's the lack of common sense that we find in the second paragraph. He says that on June 22nd, counsel for the Wayfair parties indicated that they would produce 100 terabytes of film footage. That's a lot of film footage, but if you know anything about photography, especially filming, if you want a good quality that's got to hold up to being broadcast on huge screens in movie theaters, the files are going to be huge. Now, if you don't understand that, that's okay. If someone's not into photography or filming, we can't expect them to know that, but we do expect at least a little bit of common sense. 50,000 hours of viewing time? No, we're not even going to talk about what this is really about, which we see in the footnote that Blake has her deposition coming up on July 17th. She wants to view this stuff because she probably can't forget how she had to change her complaint after Justin released the video of what really happened at the dance scene. And she's probably afraid that it's going to happen again. I say, if you're telling the truth, you don't need to go back and review the footage. How often in a lawsuit do you have video footage like this to even go back to? Most people just have to go tell the story as they recall it. Why should she be any different? It either happened or it didn't happen. You shouldn't have to look at video footage to tell the truth. But he points out on page 2 that the case plan, as initially ordered on February 3rd, 2025, is no longer workable. Why not? If you're going to say it's for depositions, that should only be about you giving the other team depositions, not about Blake's deposition. You need the other team's production of documents so that you know what questions to ask them, not so your client knows what she should say. It did answer one question, though, that I'd mentioned previously, that normally in cases, each side is given 10 depositions that they don't have to get permission from the court to do. Anything beyond the 10, they have to. And so I'd mentioned in one of my videos that I wondered if they would be allowed more. And we do find, yes, they are allowed more. They get 20 each. And then we have this information backed up by Kristen Bender, who states in point 7, on June 26th, counsel for the Wayfair parties confirmed that production of the film footage would involve approximately 100 terabytes of data. I understand from public sources that 100 terabytes of data is a significant volume that, if HD video, could amount to roughly 50,000 hours of video. Neither of them realized how ridiculous that is. 50,000 hours is over 2,083 days. 24-hour days. How long do they think this filmed? Do they realize that's 5.7 years? 24-hour days? Constant filming? No breaks? 1 year is 8,760 hours, and they're talking about 50,000. How did this get past not one but two? Did that even sound strange to them? And if you're talking about filming 8-hour days, you'd have to multiply that times 3. You'd have to add a lot more because weekends are off and they had a lot of days off filming. How did this not occur to them? Did that really sound reasonable when they put that in these filings? And then they ask for 6 weeks because they think they have to review 50,000 hours. I hate to tell them this, but if they think they have 50,000 hours to review, they're going to need a lot more than 6 weeks. Because yeah, if they watch it 24 hours a day, every day, that's going to take them 5.7 years. So, Mike, how about you go back and look at what you said when Wayfair wanted an extension? You said the motion to amend the court's scheduling order should be denied. It should only be for good cause and with the judge's consent. You so smugly told them that it's been in place since February 3rd, and that your clients would be significantly prejudiced by an unwarranted extension of this litigation. You told them that no party should be asked to endure this continuing harm solely because of the careless litigation decisions made by the Wayfair parties. Any reasonable, diligent party would have been able to meet the court's unusually generous deadline, and the Wayfair party's request should accordingly be denied. You went on further to say the inability of the Wayfair parties to manage their calendar or the workload that they collectively invited also does not provide a basis for their motion. The court should reject the Wayfair party's invitation to introduce delay into the schedule at the first opportunity, and instead take them at their repeated insistence that they wish to move forward in discovery without delay. You don't have 50,000 hours of film to review, and your client should be able to sit down, give a deposition telling the truth like everybody else has to do without reviewing these videos. And please learn how to do simple math.